Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and today we're looking at the Klarus FlatTac X2. Now this is the follow-up to the FlatTac X1 that gives out 4200 lumens, but is much larger than this. So this is the X2, and this puts out 3000 lumens on turbo and 170 meters of throw. It also does a high of 1200 lumens. It does medium of 300, low of 65, and moon of 15 lumens. So that moon is going to give you 15 lumens for 40 hours, but it also has a 2000 lumen strobe and a beacon that does 400 as well as 300 on SOS. As far as those dimensions, before we talk about what came in it, as far as those dimensions, it does come in at 105 by 32 by 14 and a half, and it is drop resistance rated to 1 meter, water resistant water resistance rating of IPX6, and with that built-in battery comes in at 85 grams. So quite a bit. And to top it all off, it gives you this pretty nice this pretty nice OLED screen too. So you can see here, I just did a quick strobe, and I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you're able to get very easy access to certain outputs, as well as there's your turbo, one on for 15 lumens, and you can press and change between all those modes. Works really well, press and hold to shut it off. But I do want to talk about just the packaging real fast. So the X2 lets you know 3000 lumens, gives you those dimensions, palm size. It does have ceramic beads on the front, which I will show you. 5-mode instant on, a 10-degree miter dual switch for intuitive use. Now, if I'm going to complain about something, I will have to let you guys know that I do have a complaint about that 10-degree miter, but I'll talk about that here in a second. On the back, you do have a lot of their social media platforms, and it has their 6th generation tail dual switch. So it does have the main switch, which will do momentary on for moonlight, or one click last brightness. So you also have your auxiliary, which will switch between your SOS, beacon, strobe, as well as momentary on turbo. So I'm going to get the box out of the way. And in the box, you do also get a USB-A to USB-C cable to keep it topped off. And you also get quite a bit of documentation. So this is a little bit of their catalog. You can see they have the XT25, they have the XT21X Pro. So a lot of their catalog is available in a small booklet inside here. Now, one thing I really do like is they have a user interface, the operational instructions. So just in case you forget how to go to turbo, this will remind you. And it does have it in a few languages here. And then you have that manual as well. So the manual is going to walk you through all of that, as well as specifications, things you should, things you shouldn't do, all that fun stuff. Now, if we get to the FlatTac X2, guys, again, this thing is capable of 3000 lumens. I think that it's a very, very cool design on this. Now, you can see safety lock, a double press. I'm going to get this out of the way now because it seems to be the thing that I forget way too often. But a double press will lock it, and another double press will unlock it. So if you want to make sure that it doesn't turn on and melt the bottom of your rayon parachute pants, then this is going to be something that you're going to want to remember. So the FlatTac X2, again, with that 10-degree miter right here. Now, I told you I was going to complain just a little bit, and this is something that I'm going to complain about. I always use a light in my right hand, and it's not uncomfortable, but I can definitely feel this pocket clip. So as far as the pocket clip goes, I would have loved, since the miter is 10 degrees slanted down towards the momentary button, I would have loved to have seen it swapped the other way, but then it would interfere with the OLED switch, or the OLED display. But guys, I did say I would show you those ceramic beads right here. There we go. And you can see those dual emitters. So this thing does have dual emitters that's going to get to that 3000 lumens, but it works quite nicely. I do want to walk you through the user interface right now. So first and foremost, you can click the main switch, and this will cycle between 1200, 300, 65, and 15 lumens. So again, 15 lumens is your moonlight. You can press and hold, and it will shut it off. And then you can press the momentary switch, and that will go straight to strobe. You can press and hold, and you get 15 seconds of 3,000 lumens for your turbo. But, oh, sorry, I locked it on accident. But when you are in strobe, you can 1, 2, 3, and it will go to SOS, and another 3, 1, 2, 3, and you get your beacon. So if you want to switch between a lot of those tactical modes, you can do that very easily with just that momentary button. And again, 3,000 lumens. That's going to come with just a long press, and strobe is going to be a quick press of that momentary button. Guys, I really do like the light. I like the fact that it has a built-in battery. Now that's something you probably won't hear me saying often, but when it comes to these thin lights, you're not really going to find something where you can swap out a 14500 and still maintain this very svelte design, or this svelte architecture. You really do have to run a polypack, and for something like that, frankly, it has to be built in. So I don't really mind that at all. But we've walked through what this will do. We've given you a bunch of specifications. We've talked about this. I really do like this. You can see more of the design on the back, and I did talk about that pocket clip. I'd probably just figure something out with that pocket clip, but it works really well. I just feel like it digs into the hand a little bit when I'm using it as its intended purpose in my right hand. But we have talked about everything about the light. You've had plenty of chance to look at it now. I do want to get this outside so you guys can see exactly what the Klarus FlatTac X2 is capable of. So let's just get out there and do that. All right, guys, you know I love these flat wedge, or whatever you want to call them, candy bar lights. I don't know. But you know I love this style of light. And now I'm out here with the Klarus FlatTac X2. Let's just get straight into it. So for starters, I'm going to go ahead and hold the light in front, and I want to shine down. Oh, here, let's go like that. So you guys can see that, when it's swapping over, that OLED screen just works wonders. But now I'm going to go ahead and press, because I do want to shine it outward. So this right here, this is 1200 lumens out of the FlatTac X2. So definitely more neutral than some of the wedge or flat lights that I've seen. But we'll go ahead and press it once. So now we're down to 300 lumens. And I kind of like the fact that it starts high and ramps down. Now we are at 65. And you can tell it's meant for flood because it does seem to be dying out on camera. And then we're down at 15. So it is on, but it doesn't register very well at night. Or not at night, but on camera. But let's go ahead and press and hold. We can shut that off. And now if we do a quick press of the momentary, it will go to that strobe. And from here we can go 1, 2, 3. And this is going to go SOS. And then we'll do another 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is going to go to that beacon. So if you need to set a beacon for a while, you can definitely do that. Let's go ahead and shut that off. And then if we do a long press of that momentary, or the red button, this will do 3,000 lumens, and it gives you that countdown, but it'll give you 3,000 lumens from the FlatTac X2. Very neutral. I notice a little bit of green to it, but it's not terrible. A little more green than I was expecting to see, but I mean, it is what it is. But just real fast, let's go ahead and cycle through. We got, again, 1200 lumens, 300 lumens, 65 lumens, and that 2 light for camera, 15 lumens. But I'll press and hold to turn that off, and press and hold. So we're at 3000 lumens from the Klarus FlatTac X2. So now that we've seen this and how well it works, albeit a little green, let's go ahead and get back inside. All right, so we went outside with the Klarus FlatTac X2, and I gotta say, 3,000 lumens, 170 meters. You can tell that these are very short TIR optics. So 170 meters, I would have expected a little more from 3,000 lumens. But at the same time, it's a tactical light. You know, it's not a long-range thrower, and it's so incredibly small. I mean, for something like this to get 170 meters out of it, it's not bad at all. I did say that I had a couple of those complaints. When we went outside, I noticed quite a bit more than on the desk here that I think that this is a quite green emitter. I'd have to look into exactly what emitter comes in it. I'll try to remember to do that and put the information down below. But uh, this emitter is quite green, and I would have liked to see something for a tactical light. I would have liked to see something more bright white, right around 6,000 to 6,500K, without that green tint to it. I like the OLED display. Um, outside of the green outside of the green emitter, I think the only complaint I really do have is I feel like for a right hand, the 10-degree miter seems to be on the wrong side. So it works. Don't get me wrong, it works. I like how it works. I just feel a little bit much of that pocket clip in my hand when I'm using it in its intended purpose. But guys, I want to know what you think of the Klarus FlatTac X2. Down in the comments, let me know your favorite feature of a frankly quite feature-packed light is. Additionally, if you guys hate the poly packs, I know a lot of people do. For something this thin, frankly, I don't mind it at all. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite feature is. And frankly, if you don't like something, tell me that too. I want to be able to open up that line of communication with you guys. So finally, guys, if you liked this review, go ahead and smash that like button. Give it a huge thumbs up. Additionally, if you haven't, go ahead and click subscribe to this channel so we can get more reviews out to you. And click on the bell so we can notify you when we have that new review out. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.